Welcome to the final chapter, part 2. This is my TBR challenge to finish all the series I began over the last 15 years. And we spun the wheel last time and chose the last book of the Sherlock Holmes series. So I read the case book of Sherlock Holmes, which is the final book in the Sherlock Holmes series. And yeah, I finished it a few minutes ago, and I wanted to give you an update about the book. It contains 12 short stories about Sherlock's and Watson's adventures, and some of them were good, some of them was a lot of racism, which I don't like, but I know it was a different time where the book was written, and we have to see these things in the context of time, so it is okay for now. If the stories were written today, I would totally hate these things, because it is not okay to write something like this today and to write some things about dark-skinned persons or black persons. Like in this one particular short story where Sherlock Holmes describes his nose as particularly white and and his lips as really big, and that the person smells weird and some things like that. As I said, not okay today and really problematic, but it is a classic. That is that, and yeah, I'm now a little bit sad that I finished the series, because last Sherlock Holmes stories I have read now, all of them. It was a lot. I can show you my collection. Wait a second. I had to switch camera. So this is my Sherlock Holmes collection. One book is missing, which is the case book, because the publisher decided that this is the completed set and they won't publish the last book, the case book, in this pretty edition. So I read it as an ebook, and that means I have now 2 finished series on the final chapter challenge. So we are down to 48 series, which is still a lot, but that also means we are one finished series away from starting a new series, because I want to start a particular series in August. And yeah, I will tell you about the series when we are at this point, and I have finished 3 series, so 1 to go. But that also means we can now choose a new book to read. So let's spin the wheel. Right? So yeah, now we are spinning. Let's see which series the wheel will choose. And it is Project Orphan by Gregg Hurwitz. Okay. Also, not a series I thought I will read right now or in the next time, in the next few months. I have to think about a little bit about that, but I think I've read the first 2 books in the series right now. I have to look that up, and I will tell you more about the series if I have looked it up and have researched a little bit about the series. The things I know at this point, it is a thriller series, and the male main character is an ex-agent that now does jobs for other people, for private persons. So yeah, as I said, I will tell you more about that in a second. Okay, this is the first book in the series, and I decided to reread the book because I read this in 2017 and I don't remember much about it, despite the fact that I liked it, and I hope I will like it now. Our main character is called Evan Smoke, and he killed for the government and decided he don't want to do this anymore and want now to help the poor people. And his number 1 rule is, his 10th rule, I don't know the first 9 yet, but the 10th rule is never let an innocent person die. So we will see what this book brings. I think he saves a child in this book, but we will see. I will tell you about it in the series, and I will start this soon. I need to correct myself because I showed you this book after I spun the wheel, and this is not the first book in the series. This is the second book, and I also switched from the German versions to the English version. So this is the English cover of the first book, Orphan X. And I'm now at 25%. I really enjoy the reread, and I still love the book and the main character, because I think he's so cool, and I love how he thinks. The whole logic things, that he analyzes every situation, and that he wants to help the people that need the help, and that and the people that have no other opportunity or option. So that's what I really like. I can't wait to read more. Also because the chapters are really, really short, and I love that. So I will update you probably at the halfway point, and I will see you then. I have finished another book for the challenge. Orphan X is now finished, and I really, really loved it. Yes, it was a reread, but I didn't remember much. I remembered some things. I think I have said that in the check-in. But I loved it. I loved it, even if it was a reread and a thriller that can be a little bit difficult, but I really loved it. It was full of plot twists and turns that I didn't expect it. The whole book was full of action, and it was thrilling, and that is what I need in a thriller. I love the intelligence of the thriller, because our main character is really strategic, logical thinking, and that's what I really love. He is a total anti-hero. That is what Gregg Hurwitz is famous for. I know why. Because it is. He makes it perfect. It is total anti-hero, and I loved everything about that. And I can't wait to read book 2, but I will not do it at this moment, because there are still 9 books in the series left at this moment. Book 10 comes out at the beginning of next year, and I don't want to binge read the whole series. So we stretch that out a little bit and wait till it comes out on the wheel again. But I have not only finished Orphan X, I have also finished, for another video, A Legend by Veronica Roth, and with that the Divergent trilogy, which means I have now finished 3 series for this challenge, and I can start another one. And the series I want to start is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, a fantasy trilogy that I don't know much about, but I know that this should be really, really good. Everybody loved the series, or most of the persons I heard talk about it. So I put it on my TBR for August to read it, and will tell you more about it in some of my videos in August. And now we can spin the wheel again, so let's do that. as you can see, the next world we are continuing is the world of Solaria, and with that, the Zodiac Academy series. This is book 6, that is the next one I need to read, Fated Throne. It is quite chunky. Good that I haven't put really chunky books on my August TBR, but I will read that. That comes on top, and I can't wait to read it, because this was one of the series, or one of the maybe 10 series that I put on the wheel that I really want to continue. So yay for that, that finally one of them came up. And I will talk to you about this book in the next update. Update on Zodiac Academy. I'm now halfway through the book, and let me tell you something. The first 30% of the book, roller coaster, but not in a good way, because this series is a roller coaster on itself, but the first 30% of this book, it goes all downhill. And I really questioned myself, when are we at the lowest point of this roller coaster? When are we there? And when can we have at least a little bit of hope and a way up? And yeah, we got that then. I don't want to tell you too much, because it is already the 6th book in the series, and I don't want to spoil anyone. I needed a few pages to remember what happened at the end of book 5, because they're lying a few weeks between book 5 and 6 now. But I remembered quickly and loved the beginning. Hated the way we went then. But yeah, that is the drama of Zodiac Academy. Always things happen that are worse than the one before, and that is what happened here. We had some really cute scenes between that I really liked, with Caleb and Tess, or with Darius, and yeah, a lot of different perspectives here, a lot of plot twists, in a bad way, in a good way, and now the sun is coming through. So yeah, after the 30% we get a little bit of hope. One way we can prevent all the bad things that will be happening and will destroy the world. One way, and that is our little bit of hope that we have now, and I hope that we can take this way to get out of this miserable situation. And I really hope we get a happy ending of the series. It will take time, because I have some books before me And yeah, I have an idea where this book will end. It has to do with the Imperial Star. We will see if we find the Imperial Star in the end of this book, and if that is a good thing or a bad thing. And I will tell you more if I have read more of the book. I finished Fated Throne yesterday, and this book, that was a nerve-wracking roller coaster. I read yesterday for 9 hours and 40 minutes because I read the whole second part of the book. And yeah, nerve-wracking roller coaster. As always, this series kills me. I don't want to say a lot to this because I don't want to spoil anything, and at this point everything is probably spoiler. But the thing I expected to fill up the whole second half of the book didn't fill the whole second half of the book. It filled 20% of the book, and the last 30% was something totally different. There happened something that I totally didn't expect, and I don't know what I should say about these things. I'm scared for future books. There's so much happening. I expect that one person is gonna die at the end of book 8. This is book 6. I so hope that I'm not correct at this, but when I see the title of the novella, so book 8.5, it's not looking good. We will see. But now that I've finished this and I'm left again with a cliffhanger, I decided I will, for the first time in this series, not switch the series, and will read now Zodiac Academy 1, The Awakening as Told by the Boys, because this is the next book in the suggested reading order for the series. And yeah, I will go back to the beginning now and we'll read the perspectives of the boys. I think of Darius and Lance, or Orion. Lance Orion. We will see what this brings us. You should read it after book 6, because if you don't do this, it contains spoilers, and I don't want spoilers, so I will read it now, and we will then hopefully continue with book 7. We will see. I will read this book for the next part of the final chapter challenge, so for part 3 you will see the book again there. And for this book, this is everything. I read now 3 books. Fated Throne, before that Orphan X, and the first book in this vlog was Sherlock Holmes. So I finished one more series, then Sherlock Holmes, and continued. I hope you can say that, because Orphan X was a reread and it was the first book in the series, but I needed to start fresh. And yeah, we will continue with Zodiac Academy. I'll see you in the next vlog, and leave me a comment if you read one of the books and if you like it. If you want to read some of the books I read for this. And yeah, like the video, comment, subscribe if you want it. I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!